Okay, let's be honest. So much marketing feels like you're just shouting into the void, right? It's all expensive guesswork. But what if you could stop guessing and start hitting a bullseye every single time? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a really powerful framework from the marketing legend Dan Kennedy himself. It's all about helping you find your perfect market with total precision. So, here's the game plan. First, we're going to look at why most marketing just flat out misses the target. Then, we'll nail down what a market actually is. After that, we dive into the main event, a 10-point checklist that's going to let you test out any potential audience. And we'll wrap it all up with, honestly, the most important question you can ask to make sure you're building a business you'll actually love running. All right, section 1. Let's talk about why so much marketing just doesn't work. It really comes down to this one big problem that just torches marketing budgets, a total lack of focus. You know, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack by just buying more and more hay. It's crazy. But believe me, there is a much smarter way to do this. And this brings us to a core idea, straight from Dan Kennedy, that honestly feels a little backwards at first. He says that instead of trying to be everything to everyone, the real power, the secret sauce, comes from deliberately choosing to focus on a smaller, specific group. It's all about precision over just raw numbers. And this here just lays it out perfectly. Look at the difference. On the left, you've got mass marketing. You're basically yelling at the entire haystack, just hoping a few of those needles hear you. It's wasteful, it's expensive. But on the right, that's target marketing. You're actually shrinking the haystack down so you can have a real conversation directly with the needles. Now that is efficient. That's precise. Okay, so if we're going to get good at targeting a market, we've got to be super clear on what that word market even means. And I'll tell you right now, it's not just about, drawing a circle on a map. No, it's way, way deeper than that. See, a real market isn't a place, it's a people. It's a specific group of potential customers that you can define by a whole bunch of characteristics. We're talking about who they are as people, where they already gather, the way they like to buy things, and maybe most importantly, the real motivations, the stuff that's actually driving them to buy anything at all. You can really boil this down to 4 key questions you've got to answer. First, who are they? I mean, really, who are they? Beyond just age and gender. Next, where do you find them? Where are they already hanging out? Third, how do they buy? You have to meet them where they are. And finally, the big one, why do they buy? What's that deep down motivation that's pushing them to make a choice? All right, now we're getting to the absolute heart of this whole thing. This is the ultimate test for any market you're thinking about going after. It's Dan Kennedy's 10-point checklist. Seriously, this is your roadmap for making a smart, strategic decision instead of just guessing. Okay, let's jump in with the first 3 tests. These are basically the non-negotiables. Number 1, size. Is this market even big enough to hit your financial goals? I mean, if it's not, it's a deal breaker right there. Number 2, reachability. Can you actually affordably get your message to these people? Because the perfect market you can't talk to is, well, it's useless. And number 3, is it proven viable? This is huge. You want people who are already buying similar stuff. You don't want to have to convince them to buy in the first place. And this example for reachability is just perfect. Think about it. If you wanted to sell something to model railroad buffs, you are in luck. Why? Because they already read specific magazines, they're already in clubs, they go to national events. They have literally gathered themselves up into one perfect, easy-to-reach group for you. It's beautiful. Okay, let me ask you a quick question. Let's say you're raising money for an animal charity. Who do you think is a better person to ask for a donation? This is going to get to a really, really important point. So here's the thing, and this might surprise you. The better prospect is often the person who has already donated to any other charity, not necessarily the pet owner. And here's why. Past behavior is the #1 predictor of future behavior. That donor is already in motion, right? They've proven they have that charitable impulse. The pet owner, they love their dog, for sure, but that doesn't mean they're ready to donate to a big cause. It's a subtle but massive difference. So that whole idea of proven behavior leads us right into the next 3 points on our checklist. Number 4 is active interest. Are these people actually looking for a solution, or are you going to have to create the demand yourself? Number 5, access to known buyers. Can you literally get lists of people who've bought similar stuff before? Because if you can, that is absolute marketing gold. And number 6, responsiveness. Do they actually respond to the way you want to market? You know, it doesn't do you any good if they're all on TikTok, but they only buy stuff they see in the mail. Okay, the next 3 criteria are all about how you and your business fit into the picture. Number 7, unmet needs. Is there a real, honest-to-goodness gap you can fill, or are you just going to be another Me Too product? Number 8 is affinity. This one's cool. Do you have some kind of special, built-in connection with this market that gives you, like, an unfair advantage? And finally, number 9, price appropriateness. Simple question. Can these people afford what you need to charge? Because if they can't, the math's just, it'll never ever work. And here is a killer example of that affinity idea. So there's this financial advisor, right? He wants to crack the Pittsburgh market. What does he do? He partners with Rocky Bleer, an absolute legend for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And just like that, with that one move, he had an instant, built-in connection with pretty much the entire city. That's the power of affinity. It's like a massive shortcut. So we've gone through 9 solid criteria, all based on logic, on data, on smart strategy. But this last one, number 10, this might just be the most important one of them all, and it's definitely the most personal. So, what is it? What's the final piece of the puzzle? After you've checked all the other boxes, this is the one that can make or break everything. Not just your business, but your own personal happiness. Here it is, criterion number 10. Is this market a source of your ideal customers? See, it's not just about who you can sell to, it's about who you actually want to spend your days with. Who do you want to serve, day in and day out? And this quote from Dan Kennedy just nails it. He says, being trapped in a rich business where you can't stand your customers might be the worst thing in the world. And he's right. It's a miserable trap to fall into. The money you make is completely tied to the life you build to make it. You don't have to build a business serving people you genuinely dislike. So that's the big question I want to leave you with. As you're going through all this stuff, don't you dare forget that last one. Just for a minute, look past all the spreadsheets, all the data, and ask yourself, who do I truly want to do business with? Answering that question honestly might just be the most profitable and fulfilling decision you ever make.